Okay, I'm going to give you the 50 typical characteristics of a cult. Now, chances are that you know of Stephen Hassan's BITE model for recognising cults, the 4 categories in that. Now, he's been involved in compiling this list of 50 characteristics, and I'm getting this from the book called Fading Out of the JW Cult, so you can see the cover on your screens, and it's a memoir by Bonnie Zeman, or maybe you pronounce it Ziman. I'm afraid I do not know. She had previously written a book, Exiting the JW Cult, a healing handbook, and just so you know her pedigree, she was born into the Jehovah's Witnesses, married an elder, and served as a special pioneer before fading out. And then she went on to create, it says on the blurb on the back, create a successful personal and professional life outside the cult. She holds a master's degree in education, 4 years of training in Gestalt and psychosynthesis psychotherapy, and speciality training in both levels of EMDR, which is the eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy. And as an addition there, I'm going to throw in my 2 penn'orth worth, because I have experienced having psychosynthesis psychotherapy and EMDR treatment, which is especially good for trauma. So it goes on to say about Bonnie that she's now semi-retired. She's the author of 2 books, and on she goes. So just to let you know that the list I'm going to give you was compiled, it says here, with information from Michael Langone. Why does everyone got names I can't pronounce? Michael Langone, Langone, psychologist. Margaret Thaler, or is that Taylor again? Oh, these aren't real names. Margaret Thaler Singer, psychologist. Stephen Hassan, counsellor. And it says another sociological and psychological information accumulated from personal and professional observation, experience and training. So it seems that Bonnie has looked particularly at the work of these people I've listed and then compiled this list. So that seems to be how it's worked out. So are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. You may want to have a pen and paper or something so you can mark how many of these categories apply if you are in something that may be a cult, are thinking of joining something that may be a cult, or have left something that was a cult or may be a cult. Okay, so fasten your seatbelts and I'll begin. So it says, number 1, cults have authoritarian leadership. 2, cults demand loyalty and submission to that leadership. 3, cults say only they have the truth or know the way. 4, cults control thinking and access to information. 5, cults discourage independent, critical thinking. 6, cult members are encouraged to be dependent. 7, cults use members to work for no or little monetary remuneration. 8, cults keep financial records and organisational procedures secret. Excuse me. And for us lowly ones, I'm counting myself in that, who were classed as, this is me adding something by the way, not in Bonnie's list, someone who was just on the bottom rung of all the bottom rungs, I had really thought that everything was transparent in the J-Dubs, and the wealth of information on the net now shows that that is not so. Just even the book of Flock, what's it, the book? Shepherding the Flock of God book. Got it in the right order. Okay, 9. Cults are often apocalyptic or doomsday and believe only they will survive the end. My edition, no. J-dubs don't do that. If you're thinking of a different cult, how does yours measure up so far? We're on 10. Cults make utopian promises about the future. My edition. Hug that tiger. 11. Cults. I just took that song. Does anyone know that old song called Hold That Tiger, Hold That Tiger? Just be hug that tiger. Oh dear. It's going to take a while if I start rambling off. 11. Cults offer instant community and fellowship. My edition. Love bombing. Look that up if you don't know about it. 12. Cults are often anti-family, anti-woman, anti-child. 13. Cults use a hierarchical organizational structure. 14. Cults use exclusive terminology and references. Oh, my edition, isn't it hard to get out of that language? I see on other people's channels how they struggle as well. It's just so easily done, isn't it? 15. Cults denigrate competing groups or organizations. 16. Cults teach that members are special and exempt. 17. Cults view questioning and doubting as disloyal. Oh, I've seen so many J-dub vids where people have been disfellowshipped, excommunicated, shunned for questioning. They've not gone in guns blazing. They've just been, look, this is a problem. No, disloyal. Out with you. 18. Cults have a strong emphasis on recruitment. Sorry, I can't stop smiling. Get out on those doors, you lazy things. 19. What's up in my throat here? 19. Cults expect current members to recruit new members. I suppose that goes in with the 18 that I've just said, really. 20. Cults claim only they can explain the world and the future. 21. Cult members believe they are working for greater good and not for the cult per se. Yup. 22. Cults control behaviours and activities of members with rigid schedules. Yep. Keep them too tired to think of anything else. 23. Cults often control grooming, dress, associations, education, etc. I don't need to say anything more, do I? 24. Cults cultivate an us-them mentality with regard to the world. My addition, which makes it so much harder when people leave, are forced to leave, etc. 25. Cults prepare adepts to expect opposition or persecution from non-members, and she's put in brackets, the world. Oh, yes. Okay, halfway there now. 26. Cults claim special mission from God or universe. 27. Oh, sorry, I can't help smile, but this bit. 27. Cults often rewrite unsavoury details of their own history. 28. Cults emphasise the need for donations to continue their mission. My addition. Yes, children, how dare you spend money on an ice cream when that could go in the collection box. 29. Cults are invasive and interfere in private lives of members. My addition. Yeah, we've all heard of the do's and don'ts of what you can do in the marriage bed. I'm not going to mention anything beyond that. 30. Cults cultivate high levels of fear in members. My addition, that is so important to leave you pliable, reliant on them and off balance. 31. Cults induce guilt for lack of obedience or conformity. 32. Cults induce fear, phobias of leaving the group. Yep. 33. Cults isolate members and create fear of the outside world. 34. Cult members are promised special future rewards for loyal service. 35. Cult leaders do not accept normal social responsibilities, feeling that because they are special, they are exempt. 36. Cult leaders do not assume responsibility for errors they commit within the group. Ooh, my edition, 1975, and all the other prophecies, anyone? 37. Cults use threats and intimidation to control members. My edition. Yep, excommunication and the threat and not being able to speak to your loved ones again will do that to you. 38. Cult thinking is invariably black, white, either or. 39. Cults work hard to protect their image and feel they have the right to mislead if in the service of God, the greater good, or the group. My edition from that is theocratic warfare, of course, is the Jehovah's Witness excuse or explanation for that. Quite shocking. 40. Cult members must give up personal identity and goals. My edition, Sergei, put that violin away. 41. Cult members must suspend disbelief. My edition. You light anyone? Overlapping generations. 42. Cult members seem to be unaware they are being controlled and will vigorously deny it. Yep. Been there. I'm as daft as they come. 43. Cult members are not only spiritually abused, but sometimes also physically, psychologically, emotionally, and or sexually abused. Yeah. 44. Cult members become unable to make their own decisions without consulting an outside authority. The cult. 45. Cult members experience many double bind situations. 46. Cults mete out punishments upon those who leave or wish to leave. 47. Cult members often feel trapped and that there is no dignified way to exit the group. 48. Cult members who speak against the group or its leaders are excommunicated and then punished with shunning. My edition, just on that particular note, I was looking at a vid online that was a couple of years old, and there was a woman on there who had spoken out again about the child abuse she endured as a child. She was living in Scotland then, and she spoke out publicly in the BBC Panorama documentary that came out, but that was 2002. That was out about the abuse that she suffered. So she got disfellowshipped for talking out publicly about what actually happened to her. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Let's pile injustice upon injustice. 49. Cults threaten death, immediate or future, symbolic or real, to members who decide to leave the group. Yeah, really, really terrifying, understandably, for so many. So many. So, under JW doctrines, I mean, initially you do have a symbolic death, but if you still believe in the doctrines, you really, your understanding is totally that you are going to die, and very soon, and die forever. die eternally. And for those that are left in the cult, who are forced, under pain of their own disfellowshipping, who are forced to shun their own loved ones, they also have the trauma and pain of someone who they love very much, who they believe is going to die forever very soon. Just unbearable, isn't it? 50. Cults are deceptive with information they offer to public, governments, and or to the media. And then Bonnie has put in brackets herself after that. The JW cult secretly refer to these deceptions as theocratic warfare, although they vigorously deny the use of this tactic. That was something that I mentioned a few categories ago. And now with the internet and publications and people being able to cross-reference, have a look at other people's research and share, and we're finding more and more just lies, basically. Lies. And they say that Satan is the father of the lie. And we just saw last week at the Australian Royal Commission lies being told. Particularly, I'm just thinking of one where Terence O'Brien said that youngsters growing up in the organisation, they would get baptised as nearly mature. Yeah, they're getting towards maturity. But in actual fact, you can be 10 years or younger and be baptised and be making a lifetime contract that could cost you your entire family. So there you go. 50 typical characteristics. So for those that were keeping score, how many did you come up with for your experiences? And for anyone who's wanting to join something, considering joining something, it might be a really good idea just to bear those in mind, just so you can, mark them off, keep your feet on the ground, see clearly where you're going. So if you found a certain number, then do leave them in the comments below, because I'd be really interested in seeing what score you came up with. Okay, thanks for listening. I hope this was useful, and bye for now.